There will be days when you wake up and feel like everything is against you. The weight, the silence, the ache that words can't touch. Seasons in life when pain knocks the wind out of you. Why? Because life hits hard. The loss, the failure, the betrayal, the fear, they don't knock politely. In fact, they barge in. And if you're not anchored, they'll blow your soul off course. But let me remind you of something. Pain has a beginning and pain has an ending. Now, I know it doesn't feel like it when you're in the middle of it. In the middle of it, it feels eternal. It seems to stretch across your heart like a never-ending shadow. But I promise you, it will lift. It will fade. It will pass eventually. But here's what will not pass: your principles. Because pain will test your endurance, but principles, they test your identity. What you hold on to in the storm is what defines you when the clouds clear. And some people never rebuild after pain because they never had anything solid to stand on. That's why principles matter. That's why they're not optional. That's why they're paramount. See, pain teaches, but principles lead. Pain can take from you, but principles tell you what you'll never surrender. People often ask, how do I make it through? You don't just push through. You plant deep. You go back to what you believe, back to what's true, back to who you said you would be when things were good, and you decide to still be that person even when things are not the same. Because anyone can be faithful in the sunshine, but it's what you do in the dark that reveals the depth of your character. Character isn't built by avoiding pain. No, it's built by holding on to principles while you're in the middle of pain. And when others compromise, stay consistent. When they run, you remain. When the world shouts, do what's popular, you be the one that chooses to do what is right. Because principles don't shift with emotion. They don't bow to pressure. They don't change when it's inconvenient. They're not based on applause, culture, or comfort. They're based on truth. They're rooted in honor. They're forged in the fire and proven in the valley. Think about it. What good is success if you had to lose yourself to get it? What value is a platform if your foundation is cracked? What kind of legacy are you building if you traded your principles for comfort or convenience? That's not the life you were meant to live, not you, not the one who's come through too much to settle for shallow. So plant your feet. Remember who you are. And if you've forgotten, let me remind you, you are not the pain. You are not the failure. You are not the insecurity, the anxiety, or the noise. You are the one who keeps showing up, who walks with integrity, who builds with conviction, who holds the line when no one else will hold it. Because at the end of the day, when the emotions settle, when the crowd is gone, when it's just you and the mirror, you want to know you didn't fold, you didn't sell out, you didn't fake it. You stood on something real. And that is the beginning of greatness. Pain will come and pain will go, but principles, they will carry you. They will guide you. They will outlast everything. So let the world change. Let the storm rage. Let the noise rise. You stay grounded. You stay true, because principles are paramount. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one principle, just one. Write it down. Put it where you'll see it every morning. And for the next 30 days, let that principle guide every decision you make. Because knowing principles and living them are two different things. The world doesn't need more people who can quote wisdom. It needs people who become wisdom. So what is it going to be? What principle will you build your life on, starting right now?